So here we go. Here's the demo of sort of the optional part of how to create your own game sheet from one you've already been given. So you see this on 2.6 where you get to play the game. I've already got one set up, and there's something called a reading template where you can make your own adjustments. So when we come down here, we know that we can erase the answers. I've already played it once, so it plays fairly quickly. This one is set up, probably should have set this one up on a different one with the single pane, but we know that that's 219.50 something. So let me make that one smaller. 219.52, 0, yeah, that looks right. 142.22, 140, and that one shows up twice, but it doesn't matter which one you do. 163.27, so anything. This is actually a really easy game because almost always, if you just find the one with the right degrees, you're getting it right. Right? This one, here's that 157. Here's the one that you were looking at. 157, 0, plus 7, plus 20, 157, 7, 20, so on and so forth, right? So you know how to do that. So I'm going to erase the answers now. And I'm going to go into the lookups to show you how you can make your own version of this. And by the way, this is also where you go to find the answers if you couldn't figure them out. You just go to the lookups, and there's the image, and there's the answer. Okay? So column B is the image, and column C is the answer. So what I've added on here as something that's optional to do on 2.6 is to create your own set of readings based on 2.7.4. So you'll go to the readings from 2.7.4 and add 8 of those to the game sheet. Okay, so then you'll have your own game sheet, and you can make a copy and rename it, or you can just put them over the top. It doesn't really matter. You can always get back to the original. And this is your copy, which belongs to you, which you can then share to other people. You can rename it, you can reshare it, you can do whatever you want. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to erase all of this. I'm going to erase the image column and the answer column. Whoops, I need to erase those. That's hit delete. And then I'm going to have to put some answers in here. So let me make one or two of these first, just as a demo. So here I see that I've got one. Here's my 2.7.4. And I see I'm supposed to be due to make a 238D, 59 minutes, 15 seconds. 238, 59 minutes, 15 seconds. So I'm going to come down here. I made you a little template down here. So in my degrees, what am I going to write? 238. And then those are going to have to move until they bracket the 50, right? And then up here, these are going to have to be like, that one's going to be a 9, 9, backspace 9, and then these become zeros, right? 0. That's how it kind of looks. And then it's going to be, this should be 59, and what did I say it was? 15. So this is going to be, these are going to have to shift over a little bit. Something like that. So you have to play around with these in this template a little bit, but you'll get the hang of it. Takes a few minutes to make it. So that would be 238, 59, 15. Okay, so the next thing to do is take a snip. Here's my snipping tool. And I noticed on my other ones, the black doesn't show up on itself very well, so I think I want to get a little bit of a white square around it when I take my snip. File, save as, and I'll just put it on my desktop. This is 238D. What is it? 59 minutes, 15 seconds. So I've just saved it somewhere. Here's the cool thing. When I come over here, oops, I have to show my bar. If I go Insert, Image, in the cell, I can go find that thing that I just made, that image that I just saved. And it shows up in the cell. Is that the coolest thing? And then when you go over to the game, it shows up in the corresponding one that's over here. These lookups just get kind of moved around. And I remember that this one was 238 degrees, 59 minutes, 15 seconds. And that's how you do it. And then over here, oh, lo and behold, that one showed up. And somebody could put it in over there. Isn't that the coolest thing? You have total control over doing this. Okay, so let me do one more just so that we can do it. My next one is 223D 729. 223D 23 7. So I'm just selecting these. Whoops. And I'm using my arrow key. So it's going to be 0 plus 7, right? So this is going to be a 7. And then I have to look at this, and it's 29. Oops. So it's probably going to be a 7 on each side. Come on, I know I can find that. And then that one would be below it, 6. And I might have these backwards, but people will get the idea. 8. And this one is going to be moved over about halfway. There we go. So that's 223, 0 plus 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 30 seconds. So it really, I like this because you really have to construct this, and it shows that you know how these things work. If you want to do this in AutoCAD and make it easier for yourself, that's fine. You can put this image in AutoCAD, and it's easier to move things and stuff, but I'm just using Google Slide because it's easier sometimes. So here we go. Put this one in. File, save as. And this one was 223D, 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Seconds. Come back over here. So my next one, I'm going to insert image in cells. I'll find that one. 238, 223, bink, bink, bink. 223 degrees, 7 minutes. Oh, is it 238? Yes, it's 238. Thank you. It's like, wow, you got to keep on top of these things. Yes, you are correct. And look, it shows up over here. Look at that. And the way the shuffle works, by the way, if I do an erase, oh, it's only going to shuffle. I think it only shuffles the two that are in there. So I have to get all the other ones ready if I want to do a good shuffle on it. Okay, but it starts shuffling them as it goes. Okay, so that is how you create your own. The optional assignment, the true assignment is to play the game slide as you got it, right? But the optional one is to create your own and play that instead. And I think there's a lot more value in creating one yourself than in playing it. I think there's value in playing it. It helps you figure things out and make sure that you're going well with it and gives you practice. But there's even more value in having to figure out, okay, where does that go? Where does that go? So it's working it in reverse. Okay? So there we go. Any questions on that? Did that look? So on any of these game slides that you've used, you have the ability to go in and make your own versions of them. So that's up to you to do. And I put this one on here just for you to use. If you want to create your own in a different program that you think is easier to use, you're welcome to do that. The one thing I would say is the version that I presented to you, the images look kind of crummy because there's no white border around them. So I would make sure that when you take the snips here, that you do leave some white border. Okay, I just think it'll look better. Okay, there we go. That's our recording on how to create your own game sheets.